time for Grizz Beat, a full-court press of highlights, insights, and debate around the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Tune in each week on the latest conversations with regional and national insiders locked in on the Grizzlies. Running point from Grind City Media Studios, our host, Jason Smith.
And welcome in, everybody. I am not Jason Smith. I am John Roser, and we want to welcome you to another edition of Grizz Beat every 2 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon right here. Grind City Media on YouTube, Grind City Media on X. Thank you to all of you for joining us. Let's get right to it. Our panel today is, there's only two things you got to say to describe the guy to my left. It is Hall of Famer and Tide Roll, Christian Brothers High School,
That's
Jarvis
right.
Greer in the house. How are we, Jarvo?
Hey, man, I'm doing great. Good to see you in the chair there, buddy.
You know what? As many times as we've had conversations, I don't feel like we've ever done a show. Have we done a show together?
I don't know. I did a late night deal once when the Grizzlies were on the West Coast, and they had a show that we did in here. But I don't know if you were a part of that. I've called into your show.
You've called in before?
Yeah, man. And hey, Roser, you are top notch, buddy. Glad to see you in the chair for a minute.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Jarvo. The honor, it's all here. The Guru. That's what they call you.
Yep.
The Guru.
That's what he is.
I don't even know. Grind City Media's, what are you, the A1 Day One?
One of.
Michael Wallace.
Look at it all coded up and everything, man.
Yes, sir.
Like
Yes, sir,
official.
man. Hey, man, welcome aboard, Roser, man. This is a great day. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for filling in. We got to give a shout-out to Jason Smith.
Yes.
Safe travels, man. He's out with his son on a AAU trip. They had a successful team journey trip up to the Midwest right there. So shout out to you, Jay Smith, Jay Smooth. You'll
He's
be
on
back
the
in the
Puma
seat.
circuit, I think.
Yes, on the Puma circuit. So shout out to you and your son's team, man. Congratulations on all the success.
And I'm just keeping the seat warm. Also joining us, our national NBA contributor, over 2 decades of experience covering the National Basketball Association, Stephanie, always ready. Hello, Stephanie.
Glad to be here, guys. How are you?
We are doing well. All right, we got a ton of stuff to talk to here this week in the NBA, but we do have to kick things off first. The Grizzlies do have a game tonight in the National Basketball Association here at FedEx Forum. You can still buy tickets. 901-888-HOOP, Ticketmaster.com. You can still get tickets. The Grizzlies and the Denver Nuggets. It's a late tip-off tonight, 7:30 p.m. tip-off. And for our starting five, the latest on the Grizz, we're going to go to the Guru, Michael Wallace.
Well, no question, man. The Grizzlies, as you said, Roser, the Grizzlies are in action tonight against the Denver Nuggets. This is the makeup game against the Denver Nuggets that was snowed out, iced out from a couple of weeks ago when that snowstorm, ice storm hit in February or late January from that standpoint. But the Grizzlies went through shoot-around this morning right here at FedEx Forum. All the guys that have been available are going to be available tonight, so that means that Ty Jerome should be back out there in the starting lineup. You're talking about some of the other guys, the Cedric Cowers, the Jalen Wells. G.G. Jackson was not on the injury report. I know he missed the last couple of games. He went through shoot-around as well, too. So the Grizzlies will have as much as they can have. We've seen the extended injury report. I won't go into all of those things, but you know those guys, the Santi Aldamas, the Scotty Pippens, the
CVS receipt,
the Zach
basically.
E's, the John Morants, the Brandon Clarks, the yada, yada, yadas.
Yeah.
All of those guys are still out. But I did have a chance earlier today to catch up with the veteran, the big man, the 40-year-old, you know what I mean, in my bracket when it comes to that deal, Taj Gibson. And he sort of talked about, you know, what his role is with this team, why he decided to come back and try to lend his voice and his professionalism to what the Grizzlies are doing right now. He knows what kind of season this is, but he felt that it was important to do whatever he could to continue to give back to the game. Here's my sit down and my catch up with Taj Gibson from Shoot Around. Take a look.
Well, being a professional, just staying ready. It's kind of like riding a bike. Everybody's just so familiar with how I am as a pro, and it's just been easy welcoming.
You guys are going up against, it's one game at a time, but it's 4-game stretches against teams that are playoff intensity teams, obviously. Yeah. You know, what needs to, you know, what is your message sort of as this competition level ramps up, as you guys are still working with a roster that's still learning on the fly?
Take advantage of the opportunity. Every single rep, every single ounce of sweat that you got a chance to just put out there on the court, just take advantage of it, because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. That's the way I always carried myself throughout my whole career. Just going out there, just putting forth 110% effort and just playing hard as you can for your teammates. And that's the message I've been trying to really reach, and that's what the message was the rest of the team so far since I've been here. Every day it's just getting better. Putting in more hours, coming in late nights, taking care of your body, believing in yourself, believing in your teammates, just playing for each other, and that's been the message so far.
And what still drives you at this point? What is the motivation for you to continue to do it? You got to love the game, but you also have to love the process of getting your body ready for the game.
Well, just being a part of these guys' journey. Like if somebody tweeted me yesterday, like Todd just had so much passion for this game, but I was just telling him just following God's path, and I just want to be that anchor that's a part of these guys' future. And when the years go by and they're hopefully 10 years in, they can say Todd Gibson was one of my vets that helped me along the way. That's my whole goal. And the NBA has been great to me, and I'm just trying to put forth the effort and just give back as much as I can.
You know, he said some interesting stuff there, Mike, especially at the very end right there. We've talked for a couple of years about this Grizzlies team and about the need for vets. And as we continue into this next phase of whatever Grizzlies basketball will be, this seems like this is why this isn't just an end-of-the-year signing for this team, where it was reported as a multi-year deal, because they also want this guy being around these young players next year.
Yeah, you got to – if you're Taj Gibson, that's not a role that every veteran wants. Like, we've seen the Grizzlies go through different guys that said, hey, man, maybe this is not me. Derrick Rose, honestly, was honest about it. I'm not here to babysit Ja Morant, right? I'm not here to be a plant in the locker room for the front office. Like, that's just not what every vet wants to do. But the Udonis Haslams, you know, the Kevin Loves, the Taj Gibsons, you get guys in the locker rooms. Oklahoma City has a guy, Nick Collison's jersey is hanging in retirement because that's what he wanted to be towards the end of his career. So it speaks to the kind of person that Taj is, and I just absolutely love the man said, look, this game has given me so much. Now it's my turn to give back. That's all you need to know about Taj Gibson and why he's here and why he will be here in a role moving beyond this season.
Also easy to understand why the other night in Chicago, when he does check in the game, he gets the ovation that he got. All these years later, he still has that impact. Let's move to number 2, the 2 guard on our starting 5. Santi Aldama, Scotty Pippen Jr. are the 2 latest Grizzlies to now be ruled out for the season, as we got the press releases on those. The most essential, and we'll start here with the Hall of Famer, Jarvis Greer.
Oh, I'm going to say Scotty. I'm not saying Scotty. I'm going to say Santi is what I want to say. I love Scotty Pippen. I love what he does and what he brings. He can play offense. He can play defensive point. But you need a big. This team needs another big. He traded away an all-star in Jaren Jackson Jr. Not to say Santi's going to be an all-star, but he's a guy that is a 3-way player. He can shoot, he can pass, and he can block shots. And he can shoot threes, you know, for a big guy. And he can rebound. He was a leading rebounder on the team before he went out. The Grizzlies don't have that. And who knows what the status is of Zach Edey going forward. We hope he's okay. Zach Edey be okay. But you know what I'm saying? You need to have.
I do that every night before I go to bed. Exact prayer.
Now lay me down to sleep, please, Zach Edey. Be good for next season. But, you know, it's like, hey, this guy, you know, Santi can do everything that you want. Wow. And he's 7 feet tall and long. Can run the floor. Can reverse dunk, can do all of those things. Every now and then, you know, we took him out there on Chelsea and Breedlove. He came back. He's still alive. He got some scars on him, but he's getting tougher, I think, because you don't get to be the leading rebounder on the team. And he was doing well when he did play with Zach Edey. So, hey, it'd be a great match to have him back. Scotty, I love you. Get well, but we have to have someone like Santi Aldama.
That's one vote for Santi Aldama. Yeah. Mike Wallace, say you?
I'm going to go Santi, too, because you just don't find 7-footers who can shoot, dribble, and pass.
Right.
Right. And again, it's not like Santi's a finished product. He still has he hasn't solidified himself the way I wanted to see him solidify himself, especially coming into this contract that he's in. Right. But what you don't have on the roster right now is a plethora of bigs.
Yeah, correct.
Right. And the bigs that you do have are all hurt, and he's one of them. Moving forward, I think Scotty is the more ready player to take over what Tuomas Isolo wants to do. I mean, hell, Scottie Pippen had a triple-double against Oklahoma City in the playoffs.
Right.
The dude is ready to do it.
Yes.
Right, he's ready to do it. But in terms of numbers and size and experience, I think Santi will be a little bit more essential going into next year if you had to make a choice.
So you say you need to take him down on Mill Branch rather than Chelsea and Breedlove. Need to go South Memphis.
Hey, he still need to. Hey, he need to go to third.
Go
he
to
need to go
third?
South third.
Go on South
he need to go
third?
to South third. That's
All
where he
right,
need to
get
go.
down there to Westwood. See if he come back. All right.
West, where my dad went to high school was
Yeah.
Westwood. Stephanie, what say you, Santi or Scotty?
I am going to be the third vote for Santi. I agree with everything the gentleman said. I echo the sentiment. The biggest thing for me was they need a big. I mean, both of them, and Scotty Pippen and Santi Aldama, both essential, I would agree, moving forward. But if you have to choose just one, I would want Santi. I mean, you look at his numbers. He averaged 14, 7, and 3. Those were all career highs for him. He's only 25 years old. You just expect that he's going to continue to get better and evolve and develop as a player. So yes, I want a big who can get rebounds, who can also score in a multitude of ways. He is definitely the more essential.
And you know what? I don't have a pick in this, but if I had one, it would be 4 for 4 Santi.
4 for 4?
But I go, Mike, a reason you kind of mentioned in there, but I'll elaborate more on, is the contract reason, because Santi has he's one of the bigger contracts on your team. And you don't need somebody who is eating up a larger portion of your cap having injury issues. It's a very difficult thing to deal with in the salary cap age that we're in now with the aprons, whether you hit the apron or not, whether you hit one of the aprons or you don't. Having somebody eat up a decent amount of percentage of your salary cap, you need those guys to be producing for you and need them to be out there on the court. Moving on, starting 5, our small forward, our 3 spot, and we're just going to hand it off to an A1 Day 1 season ticket holder, the Hall of Famer, the man to my left, Jarvis Greer. Your message to the Grizz fans.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Are we just praying for Zach Edey health again?
We're keeping the faith. We're keeping the faith, Lord. We're keeping the faith. Because what we're doing is we're shelling out money this way, and we're keeping the faith this way. And we're shelling out, and we're keep it. You know, when you're stroking that check, you know, it's hard to go middle of the season. We're tanking. You know, hey, it ain't over. You know, the season's over. Half the league is in the same boat. But you can see that, oh, man, there's a bunch of players in this draft, and it's hard to get your mind around it when you're stroking that check. But you do know that, hey, it's possible, and you do have some players on this roster that are good enough if you get the right kind of players in the draft to come on, where this being in the wilderness won't last that long, and it may not last long at all if certain players, who we won't mention that, you know, you do that with, are able to come back, whatever, I don't know. But I'm just saying, keep the faith, Lord, keep the faith.
You have to keep the faith.
That's
What
all
being
you
a
can
fan
do.
is.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I've been in this city my whole life, and I've been a fan of this team since they've been here. And you go through good we have had good seasons, we have had bad seasons, we have had terrible seasons, we've had mid seasons, we've had great seasons.
And we hadn't been in the wilderness that long.
Yeah, we've made the playoffs
more than we've been out.
What is it? It's 15 out of the 25 years?
That's correct,
Like,
yeah.
more often than not, we've been in the playoffs. So, as a
lot
fan
of
of a
franchises
team,
can't say that.
you go through these. I mean, Mike's a Washington Commanders fan. Like, I mean, Mike knows what. Stephanie, I don't know if you have a football team or not, but I mean, Mike knows what the losing's about.
You know the wilderness, man.
But you haven't stopped being a fan.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Oh, you well, never mind. Don't listen to Mike.
For the record, I'm a Washington Redskins fan. These Commanders, I hadn't bought into the Commanders yet.
Come on,
So-
man. You're not a
Let
commie?
Jaden Daniels
He's
throw
not a
4
commie.
touchdowns in the season opener next year,
Yeah, really.
and you know he's going
That's
to
a
be
low
back.
blow,
back
Roser.
on these-
That's a
right
low
back
blow,
on-
man. Why do we bring him in, Jarvis?
He knew
I
where
was
to
making
hit
sure
you.
you
He
paid
knew where to
attention
hit you,
to
guru.
us.
You're the guru. You're supposed to be able to take
That's a
these
low
hits.
blow, damn.
Take these
We
hits and
talking
come back.
basketball, man. We talking.
All right, let's continue with basketball then. And the lottery race is heating up. You have teams jockeying for position for the greatest percentage chance at getting, a top 4 pick in this upcoming NBA draft. Obviously, Adam Silver has said that obviously things are going to change going forward. So we will now ask our titaness of tanking.
Hey.
Stephanie Reddy.
Very
Stephanie, one fix needed for next season.
Wow, I have a title and everything. Thanks. The one fix I think needs to be fixed for next season is players not playing. And it's so layered because the players not playing happens because of load management. It happens because of tanking. But the end result is the same for the fan that's paying their money. They want to see the stars play. They want to see their favorite players playing. And if they're not, it taints the product. It has children being upset because they came to this game to watch X player and they weren't there. Families are saving money to go to these NBA games. If you have a family of 4, you're going to spend hundreds, even if you sit in the nosebleed seats, just to get into the arena, because you've got to pay for parking, you've got to pay for food because it's dinner time, you have to pay for every seat. It is a very expensive endeavor. And when you get in there and you're disappointed that the players that you want to see are not playing, it has a lasting ripple effect, if you will, because now they go home and talk about it to their friends and family. And so now you have multiple NBA fans that are upset with said player or the league in general. They have to figure it out. I know they try to do this minimum number of games or else you're not eligible for awards. Well, that is kind of backfiring on them, because now you have excellent players who might have been out for legitimate reasons that are now ineligible for awards. Then do you put an asterisk next to the person who actually won the award that year? It's very complicated, if you will. They've got to figure out a way. I alluded to this on a previous show, guys, when I talked about you have to hit the players where it hurts and get the union involved. That's the only way I think you're going to solve the problem. If you have consequences that are stiff for the player, not for the organization, you're going to have a resolution. Right now, it's the organization that gets a fine. They don't care about that. But if the player has a consequence that hurts them, whether it be in their pocket, whether it be in playoff opportunities, playoff shares, you're talking about money now, something has to happen where it hits the players hard. You will eventually see a resolution to this problem.
I think that is an amazing point that I have not heard brought up right there. But there is something to the thought of one of the reasons, if you compare the professional sports, the NFL and the NBA, one of the reasons they talk about this in the NFL, the contracts in the NFL are not totally guaranteed. They are not fully guaranteed contracts. There's a guaranteed amount of money you will get that's always put into
signing
it's like you sign a 5-year, $200 million contract, but $80 million of that is only guaranteed. The whole $200 million is not guaranteed. When the NBA, Major League Baseball is this way too. When you sign that contract,
you get
that money is totally guaranteed. That is That's a great point. That maybe you got to hit the players, and it's not just the organizations, but you got to hit the players. That's why we ask the tightness of tanking Stephanie Reddy. Our last thing on our starting 5, all things considered, and we're going to start it off with Mike Wallace here. I think we're going to get some different answers on this one too. I'm looking forward to this one. The defining moment of this Grizzlies season.
For me, the defining moment of this Grizzlies season was those first 6 minutes in Cleveland.
Those glorious 6 minutes.
I was at the game. I was on the call, on the broadcast, and for 6 minutes, man, you got Ja Morant and Zach Edey.
I was listening to it on the radio.
With the pick and roll right off the bat.
Yes.
I heard you and Eric talk about Ja leaving. And Ja got hurt. I'm not sure what.
He did. He got hurt, and he got hurt 6 minutes into the game.
I'm listening to you and Eric call the game on the radio when this happened. I'm like, wait, what? No.
I know. So those first 6 minutes, man, was everything that this season was supposed to be about, right? Zach Edey finally came back. He was ready. And Jaren Jackson Jr. was on the court. And you had, your young guys, Cedric Coward, and the rotation was where it was going to be. Santi Aldama was available. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you saw, okay, this was the vision that Tuomas Isalo signed up for. This is what he put in place in training camp.
That's what
Zach Kleiman had 6 glorious minutes against an Eastern Conference contending team, you were like, okay, this makes sense. The Grizzlies, all right, this is what it's all about. And then Ja Morant tweaked the calf. And then he went out of the game, right? And it was like, man, this can't last long. Yeah. Like, hopefully this is just temporary. And we never saw it. And we've been chasing that moment. That moment was fleeting. And now the whole direction of the franchise is changed since then. So for me, that was the defining moment of where the pivot happened in this season.
I mean, look, my calves are good. We got players that need calves, toes, and then like an ankle. And I'm telling you, I'm 41, but I got healthy. I got healthy wins. Stephanie, the defining moment of the Grizzlies season.
I thought that there was a tipping point, and it was right at the trade deadline. There was a lot of talk about what would happen with Ja Morant. We knew that he was on the table. He was being offered up for a trade. What happened, though, was Jaren Jackson Jr. got shipped out and Ja Morant stayed. And the reason why Ja Morant stayed, one of them anyway, was that the market was not there. there were not any buyers for what Ja Morant was offering. And I think that was the wake-up call for all of Grizzlies fans and potentially for the front office to recognize we have a situation here. We have no superstar. Our upcoming budding stars are all injured. That was the point when you knew the franchise was in trouble for the season. And now you don't know what they're going to do because it's still up in the air if Ja Morant will get moved or not. Is it a complete rebuild or not? Will these people recover from their injuries? We have no idea, but that was the moment at that trade deadline when the big trade happened and then the other one did not, when Ja Morant remained on the roster, when you knew there was big trouble.
That's when the pivot to the rebuild became a reality for fans, because when you make that move because if you even if you don't trade Ja and he still sits out or he's still not playing, because we've seen that not happen, if you have Jaren, there's still a world where you competing and you're in the play-in and with a chance to get the 8 seed in the playoffs. But once you trade Jaren, and you get the return that you got the young players and draft picks, the fans, you realize, oh, okay. Now, okay, this is what we're doing now. Now it is a pivot to a new era. Jarvis Greer, the defining moment of the Grizzlies season.
Well, I'll go you guys one better. There's one name that's mentioned in everybody's post, Ja Morant. When Ja pouted in that Lakers game back in January, when they came out of the locker room, I think they had a big 18-point lead on the Lakers or whatever.
That was October.
That was Halloween night.
Yeah,
that was Halloween night.
Trick or treat.
I remember it.
Yeah, it wasn't there. And then he's standing on the side of the court, and everybody, what's going on? What's wrong with Ja? And it's like it started there. My wife was at the game with me, and she said, what's Ja doing over there? Why is he standing over there? And everything else is going. The Lakers came back and won the doggone game, and the Faker fans were going absolutely ape, you know what? And I was like, oh, man, depressing as heck. And then, that's when it dawned. Something's going on. Yeah. Something's rotten in Finland, Denmark, or wherever you want to say. And it kind of snowballed from there. So I'm going to say that was the defining moment of the season, and hopefully we can get the reverse of that for the next season.
That's 5 games into the season too. That was 5 games in.
Mike, when we had our call, when we had our show call on Monday afternoon. Yeah. That's the one I brought up to you too. You did. Was the Lakers game at the beginning?
I thought Jarvis saw something else in January though, because we played them back to back in January. I thought you saw something else in that game that he didn't play. But nah, you meant this one.
I meant that one. Because that was like totally. It was 2 different teams out there. When he was on,
from first half to second half, it was 2 different teams.
Playing, man. Ja's awesome.
It was when it got to the second half, it's like, what happened?
Yes.
You were up 18.
It's like, what happened?
Yeah. All right. Speaking of what happened in the past week in the NBA, it is now time where we're going to do some voting here with our crew. We're going to do dunk, dimes, and defensive as we do every week, and we're going to kick it off with the best dunk. Here is our first option. Jalen Duren. All right. On the 76ers. Melt on the Wizards. Yep. And you get side by side, and you get the Curry reaction right there. The Curry reaction right there. All right. I'll say here, too, for the Sixers, the Jalen Duren, what is the Sixers defense doing? Like, he just threw it between 2 of you guys. Can one of you not knock the ball away there?
He's a big dude.
He is a big dude, that's for sure. Jarvo.
I love the former Tiger, but I go with Mr. Do Something. I got to go with DeAnthony Melton. Because that was just a face-up, facial flush right there.
And you got the Curry reaction, too.
Like, what did he just do? What boy just do? Boy just did that, yes. And look, and because he's a former Grizz, went right up in your chest. Man, holy God, I'm grabbing my teammate because he just yammed on me.
My brother.
And put my hand on my hip.
I like that.
Yep, that's correct.
Mike.
Oh, you okay? We're going to skip Steph?
Well, I was going to go to her. Oh, yes. I see.
We go in order. There's an
Stephanie,
order here,
there's an order to this. Hey, first time. Stephanie.
It's all good. I am definitely going with the second dunk. It's not even close to me. I mean, he puts the ball on the floor. He has an idea of exactly what he wants to do. He does not care who steps in his way. He's throwing it down with some serious power. I think it's no question.
That's the Melton that we saw here with the Grizzlies before he had the ACL injuries. Mike.
Hey, listen, man. Y'all know how I feel about my boy, baby Chris Webber and
yeah.
Jalen Duren. You know how I feel
Former
about that dude is a
Tiger.
beast from that standpoint. I love everything he's doing.
You
But
of him?
I'm going to go with Melt because I forgot that he can still do that. Like, he wasn't supposed to be able
I
to
didn't
do
think
that
he
with
could
all of
still
those
do it either.
injuries.
Right.
And he did it against the Wizards, the woeful Wizards. So now that officially makes him only 81 points away from copying Bam out of bio. Because that defense is atrocious in D.C. right now.
Oh, man. You got to run out of the way of that one, son. Who was
It's a
13
clean
down there?
sweep. It's a clean sweep for our guy DeAnthony Melton. Up next, our best dime of the week. All right, we got the Jokic. Okay. Oh my gosh.
I'm sick of him.
Averaging 11 points off the bench in a Wolves uniform.
No, that's AR. That's Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves.
Oh, that was Austin Reeves.
the
Okay.
Arkansas rifle.
All right. Jarvo.
As much as I don't like him, it's a sports hate. I'm gonna have to go Jokic. Because, I mean, he does stuff like that all the time, the behind the head and no look, this and that. But that's just that's just a work of art.
It's
just
the
a
other
work
thing
of
too.
art.
That's LeBron.
Yeah.
3 years ago, LeBron, you just blocked that out of the way right there. And now look at this. Look at Tim Hardaway's doing this to you, LeBron.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Tim Hardaway on the front. It ain't Anthony Hardaway. It's Tim Hardaway doing that.
Yeah. Not even Anthony Hardaway. That's Tim Hardaway. That's Tim Hardaway Jr.
Tim
Stephanie,
Hardaway Jr.
what's your vote?
I'm going with Jokic too. I liked it because his back was turned, and it was a perfect dime on the move, right? That's a hard pass to make. Some guys can't even make that facing the basket. He made it with his back to the basket. So I'm going with Jokic. The Reeves play was pretty, but I feel like that's a little easier to do. When you play at that level, you have somebody trailing the play. That's an easier pass to make.
It is insane how slow the game moves for Jokic. It really is crazy to make those passes. Mike?
Hey, listen, Jokic could be MVP every year. I'm going to give him a discount on this one, so I'm going to go the other way, right? I'm going to go Austin Reeves.
Okay.
Because here's what he
Rifle.
did. Here's what he did. He took Rudy Gobert, a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, out of the picture with the ball fake, right? So that cleared the way for Ayton to get the dunk from that standpoint. So I just love the fact that he took out the defensive player with the ball fake and the behind the back pass, and the dunk finished it. So I'm going to go that right.
He never turned his head either. He kept looking straight forward. So you had to take Rudy out.
Yeah, he also made DeAndre Ayton look like a useful player. So.
That's right. It's hard to do.
It's
hard to do.
And Reeves, local boy from right down the road in Arkansas,
That's
too.
correct.
Yep.
Best defensive play from the past week. What do we got? James Green. Oh, Scotty Barnes.
You ain't left me. I know where you is.
Winding down.
Oh, 7.
It's over.
Oh, man. Jay Smooth would love that.
All right.
Jay Smooth would love that.
Jarvo.
Oh, you make me go first.
See,
Wow.
this would be tough for me because the defensive plays were made by two of my favorite players.
Oh,
but Jarvo.
That first
Your
block.
pick.
Like, you thought you left me. You thought you left me. But, man, having Jaylen Brown come up with that block and then go down and dunk it, hey, I'll give it to Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown. Stephanie, Jaylen
7-3,
Brown or
7-3. How tall is
Scotty
Chuck?
Barnes?
I thought the Scotty Barnes play was really good, but as you guys know from my history on this show, I love it when defense leads to offense. So I'm going with Jaylen Brown with the block and then the dunk.
All right, there's
Like
another
Jaylen
vote
Brown.
for Jaylen Brown. Are we? Well, no, because Mike, you didn't make it a clean sweep on the last one. We were clean sweep on. Are we going clean sweep?
Hey, listen, man. All I got to say is Jalen Luther King.
Yeah.
Y'all know what we call that, man.
yeah.
Y'all know what we call that, man.
Yeah,
To get the
yeah.
block shot of a jump shot of a
Blocked a
7-3 guy.
three-pointer.
At a three-pointer. You don't
that-
block three-point
No.
shots straight up. And then to finish it the way he is, that's why he said, I'm the best two-way player in the game
That's some
today.
key-
That's my guy.
Keith Lee used to do that stuff. when he was playing
Probably
at Memphis.
my favorite non-Grizzly player in the entire league. There's a couple of them. If I had to rank my favorite non-Grizzlies player in the league, it would be Jaylen Brown, Kawhi
JLK.
Leonard, and Kevin Durant would probably be the three.
Yeah.
I love Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown 100%, and he's doing it against the Thunder.
That first one was a good
'Cause
block, but
boo
JLK,
them. Yeah, Jaylen Brown. But shout out to Scotty Barnes. That was a great
Yeah, that was a
recovery
great
play
block,
right
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to hit our first break. When we come back, we got our pick and roll. We got fill in the blank. And we're going to test the confidence meter with our panel. It is Grizz Beat live. Grind City Media on YouTube, Grind City Media on X. And we'll be back after this.
Fridays at FedEx Forum just got a whole lot more fun for the family. With the Family Friday ticket offer, a $35 game ticket gets you a $10 food voucher and access to pregame shoot-around. Additionally, for every 4 tickets purchased, you get an autographed item from the Grizzlies vault. Capture moments that last a lifetime for birthdays, youth groups, and other family-friendly celebrations. Visit Grizzlies.com/Friday to grab your tickets today. Junior Grizzlies summer camps presented by Ortho South are the key to a slam dunk summer with over a dozen 4-day camps perfect for hoopers ages 6 to 14 looking to build fundamental skills and make unforgettable memories. With camps across the Mid-South in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas, you won't have to go far for the ultimate hoops experience this summer. Registration comes with a Junior Grizzlies jersey, lunchbox, and a basketball to take home. Don't wait, space is limited. Visit Grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies today to secure a spot for a fun-filled summer. That's Grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies.
Now that's the new edition way.
I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike?
2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you. Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night.
Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation.
It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
Didn't you think draft night you were going to Miami? Because they had that interview.
Oh my God! That pre-draft interview where they're like, "If you could go to dinner with 4 people," and you're like, "Eric Spoelstra, Dwayne Wade."
That was literally before the national championship game. And they tried to make it seem like that was during pre-draft. So whenever all that came out on Twitter, I was just laughing.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The only thing better than Saturday Night Hoops is when it comes with an exclusive Grizz hoodie. Just $60 gets you a Grizzlies ticket and a limited edition hoodie, not sold anywhere else. Don't miss your next chance to collect the 3rd of 4 designs on Saturday, March 28th, when the Grizzlies take on the Chicago Bulls. Buy your tickets today at Grizzlies.com/Saturday. That's the Rudy Gay shot against the Miami Heat.
Oh, against
That was the game winner at the Forum, at the buzzer. I remember this game.
December 8th or 9th. That was our anniversary.
Zach Randolph and OJ Mayo, or Z, I know Z, they were both late for shoot around, so they did not start in this game. And we were kind of reeling a little bit. And then Rudy hit that shot, and things started to turn for the team.
Rudy hit a bunch of games.
You were there. You were covering the Heatles.
You were covering the Heat.
I was here for ESPN for that game.
You were covering the Heatles.
Forum went crazy.
All right, welcome back to Grizz Beat here. Grind City Media on YouTube, Grind City Media on X. John Roser, Stephanie Reddy, Jarvis Greer, Michael Wallace, C.J. Hurt, holding it down on the 1s and 2s, and Jalen Wallace, our technical director. All right, let's get into
Kyra. Kyra Black.
Shout out Kyra.
Kyra Black. Shout out to Black.
Shout out Kyra.
Oh, thanks, Darnell.
Kyra's
We got
the
to
goat.
remember Darnell.
And thank you to Darnell, too.
And Darnell.
Obviously.
Thanks, Darnell.
Now to our pick and roll. You know what? We're going to piggyback off of our best defensive play of the week when we had Jaylen Brown, a unanimous winner on that. A more impressive feat. Jaylen Brown being in the MVP conversation. Jason Tatum coming back from a torn Achilles after less than a year. And I get to go first on this one. And I said up until Bam Adebayo scored 83 points in a game this season, I said the moment of this NBA season was Jason Tatum coming back from a torn Achilles in less than a year, because we've literally never seen it before, and what that could mean for future players that tear their Achilles in the NBA, and that it may speed up their timetable. However, I'm answering Jaylen Brown on this one, and my reasoning for that is the only reason that Jason Tatum is even coming back is because Jaylen Brown is having the MVP type season that he is having. Nobody expected this from the Boston Celtics. Nobody expected this from the Boston Celtics, and it's a testament to the level of player that Jaylen Brown is. Jaylen Brown won Finals MVP. Jaylen Brown won Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and everybody still sat there and is like, you know, is Jaylen Brown really a number one guy? Is Jaylen Brown?
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown has been that and more, and Jaylen Brown should be first-team All-NBA. In a league where not every superstar player is available and awesome every night, Jaylen Brown has been available and awesome every night, and him being how he has been this year is the reason that Tatum even came back. Otherwise, if they're not good, if Jaylen Brown isn't this, Jason Tatum doesn't come back from this injury. So, to me, it's Jaylen Brown. Stephanie.
All right. I agree with your sentiment, and I do think that Jaylen Brown's season has been amazing, very impressive, and it's not just his individual performances, it's what you said, like he's brought the team up, right? I think that's great. However, my vote goes with Jason Tatum because he came back early and is still killing it. Like, he didn't come back early and is kind of, hobbling his way through the games and, just averaging 10 points. He is still on track to where he was before the injury. I'm going to pull up some numbers for you guys because I looked it up. Okay, his average is 20 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Great. But when you look at his minutes, and this is a stat I don't love, generally speaking, but it proves this exact point with Jason Tatum. That's why I'm bringing it up. When you look at his numbers per 36 minutes, right? That's kind of a random number to me when you're trying to gauge if someone is doing well or not. But for Jason Tatum, it works because the last 5 seasons of his NBA career, he's averaged 36 minutes. So when you look at his per 36 minutes this year, here are the numbers: 25 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. He is exactly where he left off. That is unprecedented to come back not just early, but in prime peak form.
To kill me there.
Oh, man.
I mean,
You're on the firing squad there,
I
buddy.
came in strong, and then Stephanie brought the numbers on me. It does speak to the chemistry that those two players both have and the selflessness that they both have. It is amazing what Jason Tatum is doing. Jarvis Greer, Jaylen or Jason?
I love what Stephanie did. Okay. She absorbed
She's
all your smoke.
Now watch this.
That's right, man.
Just kung fu karate kick
Yeah,
me.
that's right. She had you on the jiu-jitsu there. But I'm going to go with Stephanie Reddy. I'm saying Jason Tatum because, I've been hurt. I've had an ACL. I came back from it and played. But, man, that's coming. That's hard to do. And then to come back at the same level, plus playing he's not on a minutes restriction.
Insane.
He's not on minutes restriction.
No, he's not.
He's not on minutes restriction. He's playing.
It's insane.
It is just absolutely. Well, I do agree that that if Jaylen Brown wasn't doing what he was doing, that he'd be sitting up with his foot on the couch because I don't have to come back because we're not going anywhere. They're going somewhere, so I'm coming back. But he's coming back strong, as we say in the hood. SKRONG. He coming back strong.
That's where I get my confidence from.
That's right. Yeah. So I'm going to go. That's hard to come back from injury, period. But to come back and still be doing it like you were doing it, which you were doing at the highest of high levels, I'm going with Jason Tatum.
All right, come on, Mike. You got to make this a 2-2 series because if I'm down 3-1, I got to come back like LeBron and Kyrie.
Well, we're going to bookend this because, listen, man, if Jaylen Brown is in any discussion, I'm going with Jaylen Brown, no matter what we're talking about, right?
Okay.
Shout out Jaylen Brown.
So everybody had the numbers, and everybody came and did their homework, and all of that is absolutely fine. But the reason why Jaylen Brown is the answer right here is because he's allowed all of this to happen, the miraculous run by the Boston Celtics, who could win the East again, right, and emerge as the champions. As you said, MVP of the finals, MVP of the Eastern Conference. And this guy has done this with a team that was gutted, completely gutted. Right?
They didn't even think they were going to be
before
there.
Tatum even came back. Yeah. And here's what puts him over the top in this debate right here. He has allowed Tatum to come back in and be Tatum.
And still be
without
Tatum.
having to make him feel like, hey, listen, man, it's my team now. Mm-hmm. He's done this in total selflessness. No jealousy. And he's been outspoken about how they've communicated through this. Mm-hmm. So he's become the leader. He was the first one to get the Supermax between the two because he earned it. Now he's fully confident in himself, and he's the reason why this is the most impressive feat right now because of who he is as a player, but more so important, who he is as a person and a leader of this franchise.
He might be first-team All-NBA and first-team All-Defense, too. Because we saw the playoff challenge with him. He routinely guards the other team's best players.
So it's 2-2. It's a 2-2 split.
It's a 2-2 series. All right, we'll move on to our next question. Heading down the stretch, The NBA Coach of the Year is Mike Wallace. Back to you.
I'm going to go Mitch Johnson with the San Antonio Spurs because when he first took over, everybody in the league was like, who is this guy? Who is Mitch Johnson, right? Like Popovich could have gone to any people, any person to take over for him, and he chose this guy, and he's shown and proven that he went through the fire last year, and now he has the Spurs. They're not supposed to be here. They didn't skip one step. They skipped 3 steps to get to this point. Yeah. They are a legitimate threat to win the West, and these guys can come out of it. And then Mitch Johnson has done a tremendous job getting these young guys ready to play.
Man, I could coach with Wemby.
It ain't just Wemby, though, man. It ain't just Wemby.
No, they got Castle. They got Dylan Harper.
It ain't just Wemby.
The rookie Carter Bryant looks really good, too. Stephanie, your Coach of the Year.
I'm going with JB Bickerstaff with the Detroit Pistons. I think he's done an amazing job. I think people are not really grasping the full story of the JB Bickerstaff plight, if you will. Yeah. Remember, he had the Cleveland Cavaliers doing amazing things. We all thought that they had all those injuries. So when they came back healthy, Coach Bickerstaff was going to have them ready to go, and then they let him go. Well, he ended up in Detroit. He landed on his feet. He took a very young, inexperienced team, gave them an identity. They found some early success. And now here they are following it up. And this is what you would call like the sophomore season, which you often see a slump, right? You see teams that peak really quickly and everyone's like, oh, they're on their way. And then the next year they can't duplicate it and they can't figure it out. Well, JB Bickerstaff has not lost a beat with this team. They've been amazing.
At the Chris Vernon Show, we had JB Bickerstaff on in Summer League last year. He came on with us out in Las Vegas at Resorts World. And, I asked him about Cade Cunningham, his superstar point guard. And I said, what is the next step for him? And he said, honestly, he has the build. He has the talent. It's you got to go do it again. And freaking Cade Cunningham's going to be first-team All-NBA this year. JB's done an unbelievable job with a team that looked like there was no end in sight to their tanking demise.
2 years ago.
Looked like, and he has completely flipped that around. 100% right on that, Stephanie. He has totally flipped that around. Yep. Jarvo, your Coach of the Year.
Well, I'm going to go against the grain a little bit because I usually don't pick guys this far down in the pecking order. I'm going to go with Darko Rajakovic, the Toronto Raptors coach.
Good pick.
The former Grizzlies assistant. Because nobody expected Toronto to do anything. To do anything. But here they've been climbing up the ladder all year long. Toronto just won 8 in a row. Toronto just did this. Toronto just did that. The arena up there is rocking, and they have some really good players, or they have a few good players, but you don't really hear about them that much. Because is it that they're Toronto, or that you just don't hear about them that much because they don't really have a whole lot of household names up there, but doggone it, they're up here and they're beating people. They knocked off, the Celtics here, and they beat San Antonio over there, and so Rajakovic, is this his second year with the team?
Yes.
He's in his second year with the team, and I was expecting San Antonio to be good, maybe not as good as they are, but I was expecting them to be good. I was expecting the other choice to be good.
Detroit.
I was expecting JB, and I love JB. JB's a great human being. We got a chance to talk to Darko, my wife and I, when we went on a Grizz trip to L.A. a couple of years ago when they played that back-to-back Clippers-Lakers in Los Angeles, and he was there, and he shared some basketball stuff with us, and he said, man, he was just loving life. He was loving being with the Grizzlies and everything. So I became a Darko Rajakovic fan. And now he was so glad to get the chance to go with a Raptors team that was in the toilet. They were horrible.
They were, and he's added some juice. He's added some juice to them. With
they said, put that flush handle up. I'm Darko here. I'm ripping my jersey.
He's ripping his jersey off. He's dancing in the locker room.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, our next one, it is March Madness time, so we got to have a March Madness question in here. The lottery prospect that will have the best performance in March Madness, back to you, Jarvo.
Well, everybody loves Cam Boozer, and Cam Boozer's great. And, if you're talking about the whole length of the series, it'll probably be Cam Boozer because he's so consistent. He's just very, very consistent. You can count on him to get you, double-digit points, double-digit rebounds, a block or two here or there, and he's a winning basketball player. And he's at Duke, which I hate Duke, but he's really, really good. I mean, there's some people that like Duke. Heck,
I don't understand.
My doctors are from
either,
Duke, so I can't, I can't say too much about it.
Right.
But
I got you.
He's just a really, really solid player. And he's a safe player. I think we talked about that on a previous show, that you know what you're going to get with him, and he always delivers. So I'll say Cam Boozer for this.
Mike?
I'm gonna go. We just saw what Arkansas did in the SEC tournament,
know where you're
and we
going.
saw what Darius Acup Jr. his emergence over the second half of this season, and he probably earned himself 2 or 3 spots up the pecking order in the lottery. I think this guy can contend for a top 3 or 4 pick now.
Heck, we saw him here against Memphis.
He's shooting up the boards.
He was
He's shooting
wow.
up the boards, and the way he's doing it. The way his team is keeping them in games to do it, this could be a nice run for Arkansas. And if Arkansas as a team can defend and run and do the things to set him up to be the closer, I think we'll see Darius Acup Jr. as the guy that's going to have that big time March Madness impact.
The only thing I say about Acup is I don't know about his defense that much, but man, you talk about you put the ball in his hands when you need a bucket. He's a bucket.
He can flat out score. Most prognosticators that really cover NBA draft for a living, they'll tell you, they would have told you, a couple months ago, there's 4 guys for sure. Like if you get any of the 4, Peterson, DeBonsa, Boozer, or Caleb Wilson from North Carolina, you're good.
Right.
That's turned into a 5-player conversation now because of Darius Acup.
It's a discussion.
Stephanie, your lottery prospect that will have the best performance in March Madness.
I'm going with Boozer, Cam Boozer. I think he is the safe choice, if you will.
Yeah.
And I think the other I think the other benefit of having him is that they're injured a little bit now. So now he has more opportunity to show what he can do. And let's not dismiss the fact that his father has tremendous winning experience. And so when you have someone that can be in your ear and on the phone and texting with you and offering you advice and guidance, then you have a much clearer path. So I went with Cam Boozer because of Carlos Boozer.
Okay, the lineage.
I will agree with Stephanie and Jarvo. I think he's been the best player in college basketball all year.
Yeah.
Like he's going to have some monster games. It looks like the NBA is going to be voting on expansion, and voting on expansion that gets announced because they likely have the 23 votes that they need for expansion. And Las Vegas is one of those cities that is listed at the top that will get an expansion franchise. Your suggestion for the Las Vegas expansion team and nickname is Jarvo?
The Strip.
Man, that's one of 2 things in
Hey,
Vegas.
I know.
What's the mascot?
Yes, what are you going to call
the
them?
mascot?
What are the girls going to be called that come out? The women that do the dance and what,
Showgirls.
Yeah, the showgirls. Yeah.
I mean, but that was the first thing that came to my head. I've been to Las Vegas a bunch of times, and we don't gamble, but there's so much more to do there than that. And but still, the Strip is what everybody knows what Las Vegas for, and the famous Las Vegas sign there at the head of the Strip, and you see all the hotels and casinos down there, and they say, "What, the Strip? I mean, why not?"
Yeah, it's where they do the F1 race. Mike.
Yeah. It's also known as Sin City, so I'm going to go with The Sinners. Shout out to the Oscar-winning
shout out the movie, yeah.
The Sinners, and Michael B. Jordan
Michael
for his
B. Jordan
Oscar
got the
there.
best
I didn't see the movie. I didn't want to see it. I didn't see it, but shout out to The Sinners.
I've seen Sinners twice.
Hey, that's on you. Hey, listen, that's a different discussion.
He's not into
That is a
But I'm
supernatural.
going
He's
the
not
Las
into
Vegas
supernatural.
The Las
Stephanie
Vegas
now.
Sinners.
You're
I'm
you
going
hadn't
the
even
Las
seen the
Vegas
movie.
Sinners.
Sinners is good.
Stephanie, your name for the Las Vegas expansion team.
First of all, Michael, you have to see this. You have to see Sinners. It is so good. I've seen it multiple times. Kids seen it, and it's the one movie that our entire family can agree on. And I've got 2 teenagers. That's hard to do. If you know what you know, you know. All right. My nickname choice is the Vegas Virtuosos. Virtuosos is someone who is extremely talented, high level of technical ability in whatever said subject is. They're winners, they're champions, they're aces. All of these are synonyms. And also, I love the alliteration with team nicknames. So Vegas Virtuosos.
I'm a fan of alliteration, too. All right, that's going to take us to our next break. I was just going to be basic. The WNBA team's the Aces. I was going to call this team the Kings.
You can't. There already is a King.
There already is a
Sacramento
King.
King.
Oh, crap, there is a King.
You could have said the Dices. That was my second. The
I
Dice.
can't-
Oh, that's a good one.
I forget
Dice.
about the
Dice.
Sacramento Kings. You can't blame me on that one. Let's go to break. When we get back, we'll do our confidence meter. Mike's got his power poll. It's Grizz Beat. We'll be back after this.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds. GBWR.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Tiger, I guess, probably delivered or created the biggest headline from the weekend by leaving open the possibility that he will play at the Masters.
I don't think it's very likely, but anything with Tiger seemingly throughout his career, even in the late stages coming off injuries, has been possible. I mean, it will take a Herculean effort, I would believe, Gary, for him to be able to make it. But I think, I'll say this, if it is all physically possible, I think he will do it.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Take your seat at the heart of Grizz Nation with a 2026-27 season ticket membership. You can experience all the action of the Grizzlies season with the best ticket prices, exclusive benefits, and access reserved for the most loyal fans. Be a part of what's next and be there for every towel-waving moment to come. Visit Grizzlies.com/season tickets to see the full list of pricing, perks, and benefits, and make your deposit today. That's Grizzlies.com/season tickets. Welcome back, everybody. Grizz Beat, Grind City Media on YouTube, Grind City Media on X. John Roser, Jarvis Greer, Michael Wallace, Stephanie Reddy, CJ Hurt, and all of you joining us. Now, Mike, your power poll. Tell us the power poll and give it to us so I can disagree with
Before I get to the power poll, man, there's a casualty out in the streets. Grind City Media just tweeted out Stephanie Reddy eviscerating John Roser on the Jaylen Brown Jason Tatum debate from the last segment. So you guys check that out right there, man. She eviscerated the rookie right there. So that's all in the social media streets. Here's my NBA, my weekly top 10. Each week I give you a top 10 poll. This week's top 10 are the top 10 role players heading down the NBA stretch run on the important teams and what their roles are going to be. So Chet Holmgren, number 1. Aaron Gordon, number 2, obviously right there. Jalen Duren, 3. Desmond Bane for improved Magic team that's trying to make a run. Austin Reeves has come back from his injury, got those guys rolling. OG Anunoby with the Knicks. And again, the Knicks have to win this year or else there's going to be some big-time questions. Derek White has already done it in that role with the Celtics. He continues to do that. Stephon Castle, my second favorite player in the NBA, non-Grizzly, is Stephon Castle. Mm-hmm. You all know who my first is from that standpoint. Amen Thompson with the Rockets and Dylan the Villain Brooks. All 10 of these guys are essential role players, and I ranked them in the order of preference right there. Listen, John Roser's about to get us started with some idiotic notion out here right now. Idiotic. So let me go ahead and pass the torch to John Roser to explain to me why my list is not. It's not a torch. It's a blowtorch. I love the Brooks one, but I'm going to say LeBron James needs to be in here. And here's my reasoning for this. LeBron James. Not my words. I said role players. Not my words. JJ Redick's. The best thing for our team is LeBron being the third highest used player. That makes you a role player. That makes you a role player. The third highest used player. He's 42 years old. Yeah, he's a role player. But he's their clutch. The Lakers have operated at their best recently when it has been Luka, Reeves, then LeBron. They operate at their best like that. He's a role player now. LeBron James is not a role player. Yes, he's never been a role player. He is now. And when the game is on the line, who are they going to play through? Who are they going to go to? Luka. Luka, when he did it, he had to apologize to LeBron for not getting the ball to that dude. They're going to go to Luka. Listen, man. Only you. And you've had issues with LeBron for years. And I'm not going to let you get away with that. LeBron James shouldn't even be in this discussion. Next, Stephanie.
I think he was doing that to insult LeBron James personally. But I think that I love your list, Michael. You always do a great job with this, but I'm going to go with number 6, OG Anunoby. The only reason why I take a little issue with that is because on his own team, I don't think he is the best role player. I considered Josh Hart, but I ended up settling on Mikal Bridges because the best ability is availability, and Bridges has never missed a game, and I mean ever in his entire career, going all the way back to Villanova. And in fact, one season he played 83 games when he got traded. So he had actually one more than the season high. So Bridges is my answer. It's not just his availability, but he's really good with his production and his defense. So he checks all the boxes.
Well, listen. I'm coming back respectfully right now because Stephanie has bodies laid out all across the streets here in Memphis, including John Rose's right there. But what I will say is this. When the Knicks need a defensive stop, who do they go to? OG Anunoby. He plays the 4, the 5, the 3. He's the defensive catalyst when they need to get a stop. Everybody wants to take a shot with the Knicks, but it's usually Jalen Brunson. Everybody wants to be the offensive player. Josh Hart is a good one right there from what you had right there. But OG Anunoby is the two-way guy. He hits the big corner threes, and he also takes on the toughest defensive assignments. I think that's essential, but your point is well taken.
All right, Jarvo.
Yeah, maybe the Grizzlies can clone OG Anunoby and fire everybody else so they got somebody that'll be on the court all the time because he's been hit and missed since college. So that's a great pick, Stephanie.
Mikal Bridges.
Mikal Bridges.
Yeah.
And I like OG Anunoby because he's really, really good. But I'm going to say Jalen Duren should be up over Aaron Gordon because everybody talks about Cade Cunningham on the Detroit Pistons, but nobody really talks about Jalen Duren until after the game. Said, oh, Jalen Duren had 25 points and 13 rebounds and 3 blocked shots. Oh, Cade Cunningham. Jalen Duren had 24 points and 15 rebounds. And he's like, okay, well then Jalen Duren, the former Memphis Tiger, is getting it done kind of in the background, and he will be your center on Team USA when the next Olympics roll around 28 LA 28.
All I'm saying is LeBron James could be the best role player in NBA history.
LeBron James.
Jalen Duren almost doesn't even qualify because he's not even really a role player, and I had him on the list as a role player because he's actually a star. He's a budding star, and you know how I feel about baby Chris Webber. So point well taken on that situation. I can't move him above Aaron Gordon because Aaron Gordon, when he's available, the Denver Nuggets are just a different team.
When he's available, that's the old thing there.
And he's available right now. We'll see him tonight.
Okay. Oh, yeah, unfortunately.
Hear me out. 4-time Finals MVP LeBron James, 1-time role player championship winner LeBron James. Does it roll off the tongue?
No, it doesn't. It didn't roll off your tongue. It didn't roll off your tongue.
All right. Let's move to our confidence meters. All right, as we wrap up the show here, the Nuggets will finish top 4 in the Western Conference standings. How confident are you, Mike Wallace?
Confident. I'm confident that the Nuggets are going to finish top 4. That 4 means you got home court advantage in the first round. That's going to be key for the Nuggets.
That is going to be key for the Nuggets. Jarvis?
I'm confident because we're rolling down the home stretch of the season now. They're healthy. They're winning games. Jokic is back from his little, I'm hurt a little bit. He's playing well. The guard, Jamal, is back there doing his thing. I think they'll make it no problem.
Stephanie?
I'm confident also. I believe in Jokic, but more importantly, they have a very favorable schedule remaining. 10 of their last 14 games are against opponents that are seeded 9th or worse. So I feel like they have a really good shot at it.
As long as you got Jokic and Murray in there together and they're getting and Aaron Gordon's back now, you got those 3 guys. You got to be pretty – and especially when you see how Houston's kind of – and Minnesota, like a lot of those teams behind them just been a little shaky right there. Confidence meter. The Eastern Conference is better from 1 through 10 than the West. Jarvo.
I'm going to say I am not confident in that. I think the West is better 1 through 10. Just looking at the teams, the only Charlotte is the only one that kind of looks like a really, really good team to me. They're coming on, but if you put the Western Conference teams, I know there's some shaky ones there at the bottom, but I don't think they're as shaky as the ones in the Eastern Conference.
Stephanie?
I'm confident. The only reason I'm not very confident, but I am confident. When you look at 1 through 10, the top is heavy in the West. But as you go down the list, the East is looking really good, especially now. You take a look at people's last 10 games, and they're going 7-3. They've won 6 or 10 in a row. I think the East is really coming on strong here at the end. So 1 through 10, they're definitely stronger.
And Mike?
I'm going very confident for some of the reasons that Stephanie said, because it would not be surprising to me at all if there's a 7 or 8, a 6, 7, or 8 that upsets a 1, 2, or 3 in the East, just because from top to bottom, from 1 to 10, I think the East is deeper this year.
Well, and then the East can get even better if Philly can actually start to get some of their guys back and healthy. Philly's got a chance, too, that they can actually move up, too. All right, our last thing this week, call your shot. The Grizzlies' upcoming slate, Nuggets tonight, Celtics Friday night, then they're at the Hornets and they're at the Atlanta Hawks. These next 4 games, what is the Grizzlies' record? What say you, Jarvo?
I'll say 1-3, just for the heck of it. I mean, you know.
That's bold, isn't it?
These teams are really.
We've lost, what, 8 in a row? 7 in a row? I mean, that's bold, yeah.
These teams are really good that they're going to be playing here.
The
but,
Hawks have won like 12 games in a row or whatever it is.
And when you got with Ty Jerome coming back, he's like a point a minute. This dude is oh man, if Ty and John, oh my God. I think if you
we don't have time. We don't have time to keep reminiscing and thinking about it.
But if they're on the court and Cedric Howard, if they're on the court together, they're gonna win one game out of this. I think.
All right. Stephanie, what say you on these 4 games?
I think they're going to go 2-2. Bold prediction is they're going to win both the road games. I know that the Hornets and the Hawks have been playing well, but they often, because they're playing well, tend to overlook a lesser opponent.
All right. Stephanie says 2-2. Mike?
I'm going to go Jalen Wells is going to give us a 25-point game.
Okay.
Over this stretch of 4 right here. So
well, somebody has to score.
Somebody's got to. 25 is a lot for this team. Somebody's going to get 25, and I think it's going to be Jalen Wells.
All right. Hey, that's going to do it for today's show. Thank you guys for letting me sit in here. I appreciate it. This was fun. It was a lot of fun. Thank you, Jarvo. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Stephanie. And my dead body is out on social media thanks to you. Thank you to CJ Hurt. Thank you to Darnell. Thank you to Jalen. Thank you to Kyra. And thank you to all of you for watching. Same time next week, Jason Smith will be back here. I'm just keeping the seat warm for him. Grizz Beat every Wednesday, 2 o'clock right here. Grind City Media on YouTube, Grind City Media on X. We'll talk to you next week.